It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso here on SABC3. Our next guests are just a wonder. He's an internationally booked and versatile DJ and music producer, and she has been honing her velvety and sultry vocals. And when they get together, they create a harmony of beats and sounds that you just can't help but groove along to.
You're probably sitting there and wondering, who are they talking about? Who are they talking about? Well, we're talking about DJ producer Lance Theron, as well as singer and songwriter Candice Thornton. They're joining us in the midst of the release of their latest single, Working Your Body. It's sensational. Please, ladies and gents, let's give them a warm Expresso welcome.
Woo -woo!
Oh, yes, and the crowd claps and cheers and applauses.
Welcome.
Guys?
Thank you. Thank you.
You guys are looking so fresh and so hip. You did your sound check, and I'm just like, okay, we're in for a treat. But before we get into that, we have to take it back to 2020. Lance, I know that, you know, artists have been forced or kind of pushed to be multifaceted, but it's no problem for you because you're a hotelier and an entrepreneur as well. How did you manage to make lockdown work for you?
Man, you know, I've done things that I didn't expect to do. I started studying. I'm busy with courses now. Passed a few, starting new ones.
Wow, congratulations.
And I've honed into my baking skills.
Wow.
Baking and cooking.
Yeah?
And I've learned to be technically skilled in order to survive. So when the time does happen and I get booked abroad, I can do anything,
yes.
you know?
So here's the thing, you speak about your baking. Okay, that's one thing, but all of us were baking last year.
Banana bread?
No, that's me. That's me. That's just my first one.
Okay, but you evolved it from there.
Yes. So I'm working on something where I'm going to use the banana bread, crust it a bit, and put ice cream on it to make it a full-on dessert.
A king, a king.
Come on
Well, let's
now.
talk about you, Miss Thornton, because you've also been really, really busy. 2020, you really did get to focus on the Vocal Academy, which really got you so busy. It's something that you run, that you're passionate about. Tell us about it.
Vocal Academy was kind of like my 401k. It started out being the retirement plan because I am a full-time musician. So you don't necessarily have that plan where you're like, you know, when you get to 56, then you're going to have a pension coming in.
Yes.
So that was the plan for Vocal Academy. And lockdown had a very small blessing for me where it gave me and created time to kind of do something online, which I wasn't experimenting with in the beginning. So coming up with the Vocal Academy, flexing my teaching muscle, I decided, let's just start this Vocal Academy now. And the blessing of technology, you're able to kind of run a business online. So it's been really amazing starting that business and kind of giving over my legacy to people who really want it.
Wow.
I love that. And on that note, you have, you know, moved to the virtual space. It's very important now for artists to take their work to the virtual space, but I'm sure it's completely different from performing live, you know?
Torture.
Difficult. It's difficult.
Because I know Lance and I, we love live entertainment just for the interaction between crowds.
Yes.
And the energy and the vibe.
And to see people dancing back, like I was dancing back during your dry run or your rehearsal.
Yes, that definitely confirms to you that something's working.
I think because there's no lights and there's no trimmings and drapings and there's no crowd applauding when you're doing something. So it's basically trying to engage with emojis and, you know, and you're letting them into your space, your home, because, you know, it's your space, it's your private, your time is where you go home and relax. And now you're like, please come in, get to know me so that when this is done, we can grow and we can grow outside and we can meet again outside, you know? So.
And why is it important to allow yourself to invite them in your space? Because as you've mentioned, it is a private space.
Well, I don't know, I think, you know, at the festival or a performance, you know, it's always just like, hey, can we take a picture? It's nice and all that. But now you need to engage because you need to show that your worth is just as good as outside as inside. That's, you know, and relevant for me is just engaging purely just with the souls watching you.
I love it. Hey, listen, also emojis are the new reaction. So get your emojis working if you're out at home right now and tell us what you think of this pair. But maybe after you've heard them perform their latest single, which you've recently released, it's called Working Your Body.
Yes.
Ooh, guys, you guys are just elevating this entire experience of connecting people. It's a follow-through or follow-up to what you did together back in 2016. So to see you guys come back together in this way, for me, is really, really beautiful.
Thank you.
Let's talk about the single.
So the single, I mean, Lance is the type of person who literally phones me the day before anything. He's like, dude, I need a song like tomorrow. Are you ready? Here's a
While he's
track.
baking.
While he's baking. And I just like have to create the magic when it comes to the songwriting. So getting this track from him was amazing because I love working with Lance. So we said, let's just do like this abstract thing where it has like these multiple meanings to it. You get a feeling of it
100%.
and you get your kind of message however you hear it. And once you're done listening to the song, you're like, okay, I can work my body.
Yes.
I'm going to do this thing. I'm ready for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, you know? So that's the kind of idea behind working as well.
We love it. You guys are still here on your Feel Good Breakfast show. Thank you for gracing our Expresso stage. We are looking forward to DJ Lance and Candice to take over the feel goodness this morning. You do not want to miss out. It's 3 performances.
Yes.
Right? 3 performances. Ooh.